Hi, this video is going to be about Green Dragon Serves Tea. And the Green Dragon Serves Tea is a kind of shoulder exercise that is actually specifically for making your shoulder more mobile and very loose so that you can actually do a lot more or be more comfortable in doing martial arts techniques, especially when it comes to doing locks, joint locks, grabs, and throws. Now, as a warning here, if you're not really comfortable in doing new exercises yet, be sure to actually check your physician or your personal doctor for your physical exams before you actually try new exercises or new workouts so that you can actually prevent yourself from doing further injury, especially when it comes to joints like the shoulder, especially when you have chronic shoulder problems or chronic shoulder pains. So I'm going to demonstrate the Green Dragon Serves Tea first, and then I'm going to break it down as small as possible from beginner to advanced. Okay, what I actually just did there is, again, mobilizing my shoulder with the Green Dragon Serves Tea. And the first thing that you're going to do is to actually have your palm face up. So you're not going to actually have your palm face down. The reason why you want to have your palm face up is to imagine that you have a cup of tea on your palm with tea in it. So not just the cup, also the tea. And your goal is to actually not to spill the tea. So that's the reason why you're moving your hand in such a way where your palm is actually facing up constantly. Now for step one, just have your hand in front of you and try to have your hand be moved to your back like this. So what you're trying to do is to actually brush this part of your hand, the ridge, on your side. Brush even the fingers to your side, and then have your hand in this position. Now, the best way to actually practice this motion is to do it in front of a mirror, especially when you're on your side, as I did here, so that you can actually see that when you do this motion at the end, that your palm is still facing up, that it's not tilted, or that it's not actually palm face down, that it's still actually up, like so. Step two, you would want to actually, from this position, have your arm extended here to the side. Here, like so. Now for a lot of people, when they actually do this motion and stopped here, it's creating a lot of tension on the shoulder. So once you feel that tension and it's kind of a little bit irritating, you just bring back to the normal position. Notice that when I go to this position, that my left side, since I'm doing my right hand, is naturally leaning to my left. See? So I do it here again. My left body is leaning to my left, and my left knee is a bit bent together with my left waist, because I'm trying not to spill the tea. See? That's step two. Step three, after you've done step one, if you break it down, so this is already a warm-up, since you're warming up the front part of the shoulder. Step two, so from here, really warming up the other part of your shoulder, the back. From here, you try to raise your palm to your head. Notice that when I do so, my lower back naturally arcs and bends this way. See? Like so. I don't try to actually do this while standing straight up. I just let my torso follow along with the motion of my hand. And in doing so, it actually not just warms up the shoulder joint that you're practicing with or exercising with, it also warms up the very joints of your body, from your legs, from the ankles, up onto your neck. That's the reason why it's motion like. So again, step 3, like so. So for you to get to step 3, so this is step 1. So from here, step 2. From step 3, you just extend your arm and then tilt your shoulder forward up until your palm is rotated this way so that your palm is facing up. So instead of actually just tilting your shoulder forward and then your palm is facing down, kind of like you're trying to close a lid of a pan, you just continue to rotate your wrist straight up. So this is the starting portion of the step 3. Again, and then you try to swing it as if you're wiping a fan above you. I'm going to show it on the side again so that you'll see the natural curvature of my spine and my hips together with my neck. Notice also that the stance of my feet isn't really wide, but just natural. Because my center of gravity, I feel comfortable with this kind of position. But for those of you who are having a little bit of a challenge or a little bit of a hard time, you can actually widen your stance for you to be more stable with this. So it makes you feel more comfortable in doing this motion. Now step 4 is to actually incorporate all of this. Now at first you're actually not going to do it low, since it's going to be a little bit harder for you to bring it up, the palm of your hand up. You're actually going to imagine that you have a big pizza tray. Now in doing so, you still brush it here, but instead of just on the side, since you want to do the complete motion, you want to just brush it off on the upper portion on the ribs. So you're not going to fully extend for now because you want to complete the whole motion. You want to feel the full rotation of your shoulder. Again, trying to have your palm face up still. Notice still the arc of my back while doing this. Again, imagine that you have a huge pizza tray. Still brushing it on the ribs. Extend. Notice that my left side here is bent. Notice the natural curvature of my back. Going to this position. Like so. Now if you do this regularly, and by regularly I mean if you really need to do this every day, please do so. Like around 3 minutes per session. So if you do that 5 times a day, that's around 15 minutes. Make sure that you have warmed up your shoulders properly first, because if you're going to do this with cold muscles, or if you haven't warmed up your shoulder, you're actually going to end up tearing your shoulder joint, and that's really bad. Especially for the shoulder joint being one of the most sensitive joints of the physical body, of the human body. Now, then eventually you're going to do the full motion. Of course, once you've done with your right, you're also going to do it with your left. And as you advance, eventually you're going to do the reverse side. So the normal is you're actually going to bring your hand back. The reverse is actually you're going to move your hand to the front and then back. Again with both hands. Eventually, you're going to do them with two hands at the same time. So you may want to have a wider stance for this. In doing this, you're actually warming up your spine at this point. See? And also reverse. And simultaneous. Like so. Now, for the martial applications, just in case you're wondering why you actually need to practice this. Say for example an assailant or an opponent of yours grabs your wrist. We're just going to use my right hand for example. And he puts you on a lock. See, notice that this is the same position of step 1, just extending your shoulder. See, now if you've practiced the Green Dragon Serves T regularly, your shoulder will not be in that much of a pain. It's going to be uncomfortable, but it's not going to be very painful, or not as painful as you would imagine. Now, purpose of this is to actually escape from the lock. So if you feel that your opponent is about to lock you, see, I lift it up, just like the third portion. I've been locked here. I move my hand upwards. Now my other hand scoops under to my opponent's backside, push him back, and then I can get out. Another thing, your opponent tries to grab you here again. This time he's pulling you. But instead of actually going backward, that's the reason why I said you can do the reverse thing. You do the reverse, push away, then get out. Why both hands? Your opponent tries to grab you with your two hands, for example. Say both of your opponents are here side by side, or one of your opponents is trying to grab you in front of you, trying to pull you. See, you can choose to brush it off, just like the double Green Dragon Serves T here at the back. Slap the hands of your opponent, push, and then go away. Or you can do the reverse, like so, push, and then go. Even better, if your opponent tries to actually grab you here at the back, like so. See, he tries to actually bring your arm like this, but he wasn't able to actually do this yet. So he's just here. Green Dragon Serves T again. Push him back, and then you can go there. So there's a lot of applications when it comes to the Green Dragon Serves T, not just being an entire exercise. Also, I would like to note, this here is a karate upward block. But if you're going to turn your palm upwards, that's the third portion of the Green Dragon Serves T. From here, see? Like so. Turn your palm facing forward and close it with a fist. That's your upward block with the karate. So there you have it. Hopefully this video has helped you even in the smallest way possible. Again, please try to actually warm up your shoulder joints first before actually trying to do this, and do them regularly and do them really, really slow. 3-minute sessions, so 3 minutes for one session, and you do them for 5 sessions in one day, so that's a total of 15 minutes in the entire day. Do them every single day up until you actually feel the loosening up of your joint, which actually helps make your shoulder joint healthy and much more flexible when it comes to doing a lot of things, especially when it comes to doing martial arts techniques. Punches, locks, grabs, you name it. So thank you again, and hopefully this video has helped you even in the smallest way possible, as I once said. God bless you all, always train safe, and take care.